Hey boys, it's me, Dad. Just a little bit of information on market psychology, bottoming patterns, and how to identify and when to purchase and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to show you some of the similarities. I'll run through this stuff real quick, but there'll be a lot of similarities and stuff like that, and I'll just kind of point them out as we go. So this is basically what happens. Cycle, off cycle. You bottom and then it changes. So commodities will go up, S&P, Nasdaq will kind of slack off or what have you in different environments. And then the reverse will happen and commodities will underperform and stocks and all bonds and all that stuff will overperform. So this is basically just what's happened. And this is one of the companies that I have. It's called Ivanhoe. It's a copper slash platinum group metals. Basically, it's a mining company. And I'm just looking at this pattern, and it's basically this. So this is anger. You're down here. This doesn't have any history, but this would be all right here. And then we come down, anger, what's going on? Then we go to depression, and then we go to disbelief. And everybody's been crapped on. Commodities suck. Nobody likes them. This is a sucker's rally. This will never last. And so they usually see this and then they start exiting, and it's just human psychology. So just looking at this chart, and I look at this one here just as a reminder, because I bought this one down here somewhere. It was like at $1.55 I bought this. And this is what happened. And guess what I did? I got impatient and I sold. 155 to $15. That's 15x. And it looks like it's probably going to do some correction or something like that, but that's insane. I missed out on all that just because I was impatient. It didn't go up immediately. So that's there as a reminder for me. Then this one, same thing. I bought down here, right here. This I actually was learning a bit more. So I had conviction. I held on. Bought it at like $4.30 some odd cents when it was breaking here, but had to wait. And now it's up, and I'm up. I think it's what is it at? 22 bucks. So I'm up 5x on my money. And then if you look at this is basic psychology of a market. I think I've sent this in previous videos, but I'm like right here. I kind of lined this up right here where I bought because I'm in between and I'm trying to make sense of stuff. Started here. Boy, I knew it all. Boom, nope, but there we're down here. And this, if market conditions are favorable, it could end up repeating this. And it just cycles back and forth through history. We just don't have that in chart form. So I like to start with those as a reminder of how I royally screwed up and what I did well, and reinforce that. Be patient if you have conviction. So this AMR, this is a coal company, and I just screenshotted Apple. This is a weekly chart. Let me switch this to weekly real quick. So it's the same time frame. Now I gotta find that darn thing. Stand by this darn thing where it does that. There we go. Sorry guys. Bear with Dad, will you please? You get the point. This is AMR, this is AMR. Coal company. Has nothing to do with Apple. And this is Apple from like 03, 06 up to dot-com bubbles right here. Then it corrects, and now it's up to whatever the heck Apple's up to now. It could be at 700. I don't follow it on a regular basis. But the pattern is the identical, pretty much the identical pattern. Humans being humans over. So I take that information and I go look here. And this is OBE. This is an oil company up in Canada. It's oil and natural gas. And I took the fractal, I took the pattern of Ivanhoe, and I just squeezed it, and it's pretty similar. And we're looking at bottoming patterns. What we're doing here, I want to see, because this is a little bit longer chart, I want to see a falling wedge. Usually it has 1, 2, and then like 3 humps. But since there's not a lot of history, it's kind of broke off. And then it'll go down into a dead period. I usually buy here nowadays. in some of the things that I'm seeing, but buying right there 16, you'd be waiting how long? That's not smart. So what I do and what I've learned is that I wait for these double bottoms to occur. And sometimes they'll happen immediately, but it just has to be the right market conditions. The right market conditions weren't there when this was breaking out of this falling wedge. So double bottom, boom, I'm buying, been buying, putting it in yours, Jackson. So it's just identifying this bottoming pattern here and looking at that and just seeing this trend over and over. And it'll look different in every different stock of different sectors. So this next one is Deep Yellow, and that is a uranium company in Australia. A little bit different double bottom. Boom, boom, jumping, and now it's moving up. I got this one down. I own all these, except for that one, because I want to be reminded of impatience and being stupid. I don't have Bitcoin, y'all know that. And this one I don't have. This is just a historical example, and these are, that I don't own any of those because you really can't. Now, I could own this anyway. But look at big history, what's happening. The entire chart. Falling wedge, 1, 2, 3 humps into a corner, double bottom, breakout. LEU, that is my best performer. I just looked today, it's like up 15x or some crap like that. And I overlaid Bitcoin's fractal from its beginning. And it looks almost identical. And that's like Bitcoin from the inception in 11 up to 21. So a 10-year period. And this is what, a 25 to roughly, this is, 11 year. So very close, but I'm noticing these patterns. And then there's a big, elongated double bottom. So all the structures are going to be different. And Jared's just looking at Bitcoin. That's the fractal I copied, right? Just to right there. That's what I think is possibly what's going to happen with whether it's uranium, whether it's oil, whether it's what have you. So, and then just looking at this, and I'm identifying a bottom. There's no history where this is coming down like this because it just was created out of thin air. But you've got this distinct double bottom. Boom, boom. Buy the breakout. And this. A lot of times what I do is I look here, and when this is coming down, you got a big impulse, and you're like, holy crap, that thing wants to go. Now it's going to consolidate and cool off. Boom, I'm going to buy here, and then just wait. And boom, you got to ride through some crap. And I got it at like, in LEU, it was like 27 and some change. It'd be like buying Bitcoin at $4,000, $5,000, what have you. I mean, come on now. Next one is TTI. This is an oil service company. It basically double bottom, and then what I need to look for is that falling wedge with a triple hump. In cycle here, out of cycle. Big, boom, triple, and sometimes you'll do a little extra one. Then you got a bottoming pattern, and now we're just doing. And I got this one. Where did I get this one at? 391. So where did I get this? I'd have to go. I don't know exactly where. But I like to buy down here before it breaks out. If I already see one forming and then it kind of coming down, it's done that impulse move high and then it's coming back down. I want to buy into the strength and when it's going back up to try to beat everybody and get the lowest price possible. PDS is another oil service. Well, it's contract drilling, but it's basically... I think it's onshore. I'd have to go look back and see exactly what it is. But again, I want to see that falling wedge with a triple hump. Boom, boom, boom. Did the little extra one on this too, and this actually dipped way down below this. Double bottom. What did I get this one? I think it's more recent. I bought this one. I entered View Jackson at 58. I got 46, and then... Well, that's because it's in Canadian dollars, and then 47. So this is a more recent, but I'm trying to buy down in here before it launches and even breaks this bottoming pattern. Hecla, I don't know this one, but it kind of just looks at what the cycle looks like. Let me go to monthly so we can see this whole thing. This company was founded in 1891, and it went public in, I'll look at the date real quick and see. We'll be able to see it with everything, yeah. It went public somewhere back in here in 68 or something. And then I look at this, And there's no history back here, and this is a little bit weird, but you got 1, 2, 3, and then this is never broken out of this long-term resistance until September of 20, when we had a lot of inflation in the system and this thing ripped, and now it's ripping again. So it's basically this is when you want to basically rode commodities did awesome here. Then commodities kind of stunk and the stock market outperformed. Then again, commodities you want to buy here, and then they go down. It's basically this. It's just these things where it's going to cycle through and through, and it's easy to look at hindsight, but it's like there is a cycle to it, and as you learn more, you'll see and look at different things and figure that out. But I just wanted to show you, and now it is the cheapest time since the early 60s to be buying commodity. This is only the 2020, but we're really like almost even with that here in 24. And all these oil service companies, uranium, copper, coal, all these commodities are basing and bottoming out and breaking out, just in different stages. This Helix one looks very similar to this, but it's a Hecla is a precious metal and base metal. It's a diversified miner. They'll do copper, zinc, nickel, also gold, silver, whatever platinum group metals come in there. And then this, I mean, it pretty much looks like the same darn chart, just a little further back than this Hecla one. It's literally this structure is what I see in this. And I literally just noticed this when I was kind of ordering these things. But you've got 1, 2, the hump is kind of muted, but we'll say 3 humps. Now, this is the quandary here. I don't know if it's going to go down here or if it's doing here. I just added to mine and to yours, Jackson. Bought here, bought here. If this goes down, I'm just going to buy more. But with everything else going like this and then up, I'm willing to bet that this is going to and rock and roll. At some point, it may go down. I don't mind. Usually when it goes down like this, it breaks this and comes down. It's a slingshot cheetah. It gives more juice to the move. So those are the type of things I want to be in. Have these big moves. And that's all I got for you, boys. So have a great day. Hope this at least informs you a little bit. Love you. Talk to you soon.